So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Blake from Heart to Gold.
And we're asking some questions today about their new album, Tom. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the record so far?
I feel really good so far. No, we didn't really have like a ton of expectation on it. And I know on like streaming platforms alone, we've like quadrupled like what it was previously. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah.
That's sick. I was like blown away by the record when I heard it. I was like, holy shit, this thing is so fucking good. It really is.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. Yep. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Killed it. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah, so the album title is named Tom, and that's actually after our dear friend Thomas Vecchio. All of us, me, Grant, and Sid, have known Tom for a really, really long time. I actually grew up with Tom. We went to the same high school, and he was best friends with my brother in like middle school and high school. Oh. And then like when we were all in high school, because they were like 3 years older than me, we all became really good friends, and he was friends with Grant through some mutual friends. And yeah, me and Sid went to the same high school, so it was kind of like a, tight-knit group. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was like, I feel like one of the first like really big supporters of the band. And he came on the first ever tour we went on just to like roll along with us and hang out. And yeah, no, he's been like the ultimate road dog, and he's been on almost every single tour we've been on. And just like been like, if you guys get an opportunity, like I'm there, I want to be there for you guys. And so yeah, he's the dude.
Then what an honor to have an album named after you.
Right.
No, I know it was supposed to be a surprise, but we were actually on like a chairlift at a ski place because we all like to go snowboarding. Mm-hmm. And me and Tom were just on the lift at one point, and he was like, so what's the album gonna be called? And I was like, it's a surprise. And he was like, yeah, Grant told me.
God damn it, Grant.
I was like, no, he didn't, right? And he was like, yeah, Grant got kind of drunk and he told me, and I was like, well, he was probably lying, it wasn't really true. And yeah, so he ended up
to cover. So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of varies from like song to song, but some of them Grant had like came in with like almost a full song and been like, I've got a new song, let's jam it out. And we'd work on it for however long. Some songs would take like a couple days, and we'd be like, oh, sick, like that's the song right there, because Grant did all like the bare bones. And there were like some songs on the album that like took throughout the entire 3 years of writing and recording the album.
Yeah.
So like Sonic and Tiger's Jaw. And I think it's probably because we didn't really give them a chance. Like we were always like getting ready for like the next show. So it was like, all right, let's jam it. And then all of a sudden, if we run into a stopping point, it's like, we'll touch on it next time. Like we'll come back to it. And so yeah, there were a few that took a really long time, and we would work out like as a group, like, okay, dynamic wise, like where are we trying to take it? But I think this album compared to like the other ones has a lot more of like a songwriter's perspective on it. So Grant kind of took the lead on like Respect, Overwhelmed, Give Me a Call, some of the more like straightforward like songs, that don't have a lot of differentiation in like the parts and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. So like for those songs like Sonic and Tiger's Jaw that like you worked on throughout the entire process, like I guess the pandemic saved those in a way because you guys were able to kind of sit down and like, this is the batch of songs we have, this is what we should work on.
Yeah, that's what we thought at first, at least. It was like, all right, lockdown, pandemic. I guess we're gonna write like 2 albums, 3 albums.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it like necessarily worked that way. We would just get together and practice, and then I mean we work on the songs, but I don't think it was like super easy for us to like compile the album because we were also working on recording the album through in the entire pandemic, and we like restarted recording the album 3 different times.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
once was, I don't even know, it was like 3 years ago. We like tracked the drums at a place called Tree Speak in Minneapolis.
Okay.
And then we decided like a couple months later, because we like hadn't worked on it for a couple months, we were like we kind of want to go a different direction. Like we want to live track it, so it sounds like more thrashy or raw. And then so we live tracked it, and Eric, who like produced and mixed and kind of like led us through the process, who did our first one, Comp 2. He's from Remo Drive, if you know that band.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, to be honest, the live tracks aren't really cutting it. Like,
yeah.
Well, like he was being brutally honest. Like the space we were in too, we weren't able to like dial things down very well, and we were trying to get like the instruments live tracked in a couple days, but it just wasn't working out. And he was like, honestly, I think it would be a lot better if we just click tracked everything and started with the drums. So then we like redid it now for a 3rd time, and so it took like a really long time. And we definitely had like changed a lot of the songs like through the process of recording over the pandemic, which I think like the pandemic gave us, because like it would be like just us and Eric hanging out at Grant's house in his like upstairs recording like the guitar parts for like hours. And like there would just be like a million different ideas flowing until like we eventually got, you know, what some of the songs were.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it finally got out of like a development hell in a kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Wow.
3 different recording processes.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot. It was a little too much.
Yeah, definitely not going to do that for the next one, right?
Hopefully it's not like that.
Yeah, so maybe next time we'll just go straight click track, start with drums.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this album and the meaning behind it.
Oh man. I didn't write the lyrics.
You can also do your favorite part if you don't have a lyric off the top of your head.
Let me think if I know any lyrics even.
Okay, that's cool.
To be honest, I don't really know a lot of our lyrics. Grant doesn't write the lyrics with the rest of the song, really. Like, we'll have entire songs completed, and then like once it's time to, he'll have like placeholders for lyrics, and then literally like the day of like vocal tracking or like the week before, it'll be like, all right, Grant, you got the lyrics ready? And he'll be like, no. I gotta work on them. And then they'll just like all of a sudden like he'll come in and have brand new lyrics. Some of them will be the same as like the placeholders, but it's an interesting process. Like the vocal melodies come a lot with like us organically just playing and jamming things, but the lyrics always come last, I feel like, unless he has fully written a song like acoustically or something. Wow. Man, I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I don't have a favorite lyric, to be honest. I'll tell you my favorite part.
Okay.
Perfect.
I think my favorite part of any song is like the end of Tiger's Jaw, maybe, when it's like kind of got the like a slower, like spacier kind of feel, and Yeah. Or the middle of Mary, like where there's that kind of chanty, anthemic, vibe to it. So yeah, those are my two favorites.
Wow.
All right.
Do you guys always work like down to the wire with all of your songs?
Maybe. I think it just depends on the song. Like all of our songs just, I feel, come a lot differently to us. So I think like to solidify like certain parts, like for drum parts, I'm always kind of like thinking about like doing things differently, or could I be doing like a cooler fill? Because a lot of like the drums, I just like really don't want them to sound similar to other drums or basic in any way. So I think like I will like solidify like, okay, this is what I'm doing like right before we go in. But we're like always jamming the songs and have pretty much like 90% of what we're gonna do figured out.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Whew, all right.
So how'd the tracklist for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be a closer, just shuffle around, see what fits? What was that process like?
We shuffled them around a bit. I know like Mary, we were like, all right, Mary's got to be at the end. That's like, our big closer. It's like 7 minutes long or something like that. So that couldn't be in the middle because people. No, that's a definitely 7-minute song saved for the end.
Yes,
for sure.
But the rest of it, besides that, I think we're kind of just, do with whatever. I feel like "Give Me a Call" was a good opener because it just starts like everyone playing the same note, just banging out. So we wanted to like start with an energy. And then we had like naturally practiced like an order to the songs, like, all right, let's play the album like before we even like figured out a track list. And I think the track list that we have is like normally the order in which we would play it live. So we just were like, oh, we normally play those 3 back to back to back. Let's just throw them on there back to back.
That makes sense. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. There's something really just kind of like wholesome about that. That's kind of like a little piece of just the entire process of making the album that you guys just put directly onto the track list. I don't know. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't know why I'm making a big deal out of it. Yeah, exactly. But that's really nice. I don't know. So would you be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
Probably like constant worry. If it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not in like a bad way, but just in like a, I don't know. I feel like from my perspective, I'm always like, I hope people like it, like I hope people like it as much as the old stuff. At least that's what it is when like, recording it and stuff. Just because like you see the recordings from so many different levels, like you're seeing it like bare bones, no editing, all raw audio with no additions, and it's like, oh my gosh, I hope this sounds way better. But I mean, when we're writing it, we're always liking what we're currently writing better than what we've previously wrote, because we've played it like a million times. But I mean, we're always excited on whatever we're like is new for us. So but when we were recording it towards the tail end, I remember just thinking like, oh my gosh, like I can't wait for this to just be out, and not only for people to hear it, but just to be done with it and never have to think about recording it ever again.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
3 times is enough.
Well, and then when it was finished too, we had like the finished product for quite a long time. Probably like we finished in like, I don't know, like June of, I don't know, last June, like a year ago.
Okay, it's 2021.
And then or like, no, it was actually the winter. It was like December of
2020?
last year.
Oh my
Or
god.
2021?
Oh,
I remember that was like when we finished doing like gang vocals or something.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then like we had to wait a bit for like mixing, and then we got it mastered, and then Grant broke his arm. And
Mhm.
then I remember we were just like, okay, well, let's like try to shop it around. And then it took until like this last fall for anybody to really pick it up.
Mhm.
And then now it's out. So it's kind of
Finally.
just like, thank God.
Yeah.
Get it out of here.
It's finally
don't want
done.
it.
Move on to the next thing.
Exactly.
Get this shit away from me. So obviously the record's been out for a little bit, but gonna ask you this question anyway. How do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, dark with headphones on, workout album, party album? What do you personally recommend?
Well, it's about to be spring. So, I mean, I don't know where you guys are from, but in Minnesota, it's still like, it was like 33 degrees today.
Oh,
Not
around
here.
Jesus.
If you're not in Minnesota, roll your windows down, blast it front to back. It's got to be front to back. Can't listen to one song. Gotta listen to it loud with friends or like at a party. I know I had like a friend who is like super close to me. His name's Kyle Zendejas. He played in the first ever band I was in.
Oh, cool.
And the night that it came out, like midnight, he was snapping me videos of him at a party blasting it over the speakers.
Oh.
And so ideally blast it over the speakers with your friends or like be outside.
All right.
It's a good like outside album, I feel.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. That's very sweet. So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
It's gotta be quick. I can't think.
Yeah. No, you can't think.
Powerful,
Mm-hmm.
new,
Mm-hmm.
and fun.
Okay.
Basic, some pretty basic words, but yeah.
It was quick though, so
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yep.
Mhm.
So what band or artist influence do you think you can hear the most on this album, if any?
Personally, in like the drums, probably say like Joyce Manor.
Mhm.
Joyce Manor or Tiger's Jaw, I feel like are pretty close ones. Those have been big influences to us for like a long time. And I mean, obviously we've got a song called Tiger's Jaw.
Yeah.
So that one kind of has like a similar chord progression to the Tiger's Jaw song, Coil Recoil. And yeah, I would say those two are definitely like, if you could compare it to another artist, it could be one of those two.
Okay, that makes sense.
Perfect. What is your favorite memory that you made while creating this album?
Over the 3 years.
Yeah.
It would be very funny if you just
God.
said when it was finally fucking done. April 8th when we put the damn thing
Gotta
out.
pick one. Oh my God. I don't know. I would say like just over like the creation of when we wrote the songs to put it out, probably be at some random Minneapolis show when people knew all the words to the song Mary, and it'd be like, this song is not even close to being out yet.
The lyrics aren't even final.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though these words are gonna change. I hope you
Yeah.
know that. No, people have complained about that before. They're like, hey, you changed the words. And
Like,
it's
take it up with Grant.
Yeah. Gotta talk to that guy about it.
So
That's cool.
so I guess you guys were just playing a bunch of shows and like people were just picking up on the words that way, or like were there videos circulating online? Like how? Song's not
There
out
were
yet.
there were some videos. Me and Grant did like a acoustic kind of like toned down show
Okay.
at a local venue where that got like some decent video quality somebody had, and they had posted it. There were also like 2 other videos that people had posted of the song, and we played it on like a local radio thing, so you could find it if
Okay.
you wanted to.
It wasn't just like all these people just like telepathically figured out the lyrics somehow.
No, I remember though when it first happened, I was like, "What? How do you know?
Yeah.
Do you have our demos right now?"
Oh my god.
So picture this: you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
If it's the middle of the night and I'm doing a night drive, Sour Patch Kids Extremes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Have you had the Extremes?
Oh.
I've seen them, but I've always just gone for the regular. I'm too scared.
Yeah, no, the Extremes are pretty good. But normally I
extreme.
I don't get snacks normally, like a Red Bull or a coffee.
Okay.
But if the night drive is coming, sour gummies.
All right.
Sour gummies. Perfect. And on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be?
Pho.
Oh,
Pho.
what do you have in it?
They're bigger pho people than I am. I like pho, but normally I like to have something along with it. But if I'm gonna get pho, it's like a chicken pho.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Grant got a veggie and tofu pho this last time.
Oh,
I think Sid usually does a chicken pho too.
okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So a mixture.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. So for the last couple of questions, we're going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Ooh. With a drink.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, trying to think. Oh, there's this place in like St. Paul area. It's called Khan's Mongolian Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like stir fry, like hibachi noodles with whatever. It's kind of like a buffet bar where you build it and then they cook it.
Mongolian places are
So
fucking sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And a black cherry bubbly.
Ooh. Taste.
All right. So you like static water then?
I do like static.
I'm sorry.
As you should.
Water.
It's good. Yeah. Exactly. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Definitely Harry Potter world, Hogwarts, the wizarding world. Yeah, I love Harry Potter. Don't like J.K. Rowling, so
No.
shout out to not liking J.K. Rowling, but
Shout out
still
for that.
liking
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that would 100% be my dream. I'm rewatching for the millionth time the last Harry Potter movie right now. I'm at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a
Sad.
good one. What's your house?
Gryffindor. I wish it
Gryffindor.
wasn't, but it's, it is.
You don't
I'm
want to be
spaced it.
Gryffindor?
Well, everyone's Gryffindor,
Yeah.
but it's the best.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's fair.
All right, fair enough. So I've been investing the last question, and every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
baby blue.
Nice.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Good pick.
Yeah.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Going on tour with Remo Drive and Boyish, May 8th. Be on the lookout for that. If you're a cool band and want to tour with us, so let us know. We're trying to hit the road. But yeah, listen to Tom. It's everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, Bandcamp, YouTube. Check out Memory Music. Shout out Will Yip. Shout out Tim. Shout out Tom. Love you, Tom.
Love you, Tom.
Shout out everyone for listening. But check out the album. Tom is dope. The band and the person and the album and everything.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Oh, well, thank you for now. This has been Blake from Heart to Gold, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.